So the whirlwind tour continues. Here we are. It is Saturday night. We've left Africa, spent all day travelling back to London. That's Battersea Power Station in the background. This is an area I know really well because I used to live in Battersea like 25 years ago. And so tomorrow we're going to do a 10k around Battersea Park. And this one is going to be a good marker to see where my fitness is at. I'd love to go under 34, there I've said it, and just see what we can do.
Welcome to Match of the Day.
Hey, just doing some strides, warming up. We've got about 15 minutes to go. Just see what happens. Just gonna hopefully run the second half faster than the first half. Not too worried about the time, just trying to set a marker for where I am in terms of fitness. So, let's give it a go.
Together where we can. It's a little bit breezy, but apart from that, honestly, it's absolutely beautiful. Just be careful of the spot, it's a bit narrow here, and then you'll get going. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So as you can see, we are at sea level, or it says -2 meters there actually, and we are on a super flat course around Battersea Park on a glorious day. A little bit of wind, so we hit that 4 times because it's 4 laps on this course. This was actually one of the venues that was considered for Kipchoge when he was looking at running sub 2 for the second time. He ended up in Vienna, but Battersea Park was one of the options. So it is, of course, pancake flat. And I had a group of about 3 or 4 people around me at this point. I did check my watch about a minute into this, and I saw that I was running 5:20 a mile. And I did this mental check of, well, maybe I should slow down a bit, which is something I need to get out of. I need to get out of that thinking that I should be slowing down just because I'm running at slightly faster pace than I might otherwise. And so that might be something that I pay heed to in the next race that I do, which is a 5k on Wednesday. And actually I might in fact cover up my watch so I can't see the actual pace. You can see that there are other races going on at the same time. There was a half marathon and a 5k, and there are just people out for runs as well. So there's a lot of weaving going on in this race, and there are dog walkers stepping out in front of you. So it was a little bit difficult to get your rhythm, but I did my best. So I'll speed it up now so you don't see the entirety of the race. I filmed probably about 50% of the race, but I got the first 3k in. So you can see the stats on the screen there, but I've sped it up so that you don't have to watch it in its entirety. I had a group around me until about 3k, and then all of a sudden they all dropped off. And that was pretty crazy actually. I didn't expect that to happen. And I couldn't tell if I'd sped up or they'd slowed down. And it turned out that they'd slowed down. I kept relatively even splits throughout the whole race. And so when everyone dropped off, I think it was because they'd gone off a little bit harder than they wanted to, which was strange because the guy who was with me was pushing way harder than I thought he was going to be. Watch out for the dog. You can see that not only do we have people in other races, so there was a half marathon and a 5k as well, but we also had runners running the other way, we had dog walkers, we had lots of people who were sort of crossing the pathway, and so it did become a bit difficult to weave in and out of them. But I did have a lead cyclist here, which was great, and she was amazing at keeping the crowds at bay, I guess. This was a race that was put on by Nick Bester, who is a YouTube runner, who is a really super fast runner. And it was a well put on event. It's always very difficult in central London to have a venue where you don't have a ton of people all the time. But he did a really good job here of trying to keep people off the racecourse as much as he could. And we're about to see a good example of pram dodging, where one group goes one side of the pram and the other group goes the other side of the pram. Just missed them. So this was about the spot where the group of 2 guys I've been running with dropped off, and I couldn't tell if they had dropped off because I'd picked the pace up, because immediately when you're on your own you feel a lot easier, you feel a lot more relaxed. I couldn't tell if that was me picking the pace up or them dropping off, but it turns out it was them dropping off. Because as you can see, my pace stayed consistent and I was able to keep a similar pace throughout the whole of the race.
What's the leader coming through for the 10K? Here we go. One left. Go on, Dan. Go on, Dan.
Okay, so we're going to pick this up with only the home stretch to go. A little bit of weaving in and out, as you can see. And I knew that I was going to be around about 34 minutes at this point. But let's listen to the sounds of the finish. Thank you. Okay, I'm here with my really good friend, the extremely young looking runner, and he has been doing the race footage today, so thanks for that, mate.
No worries.
So we're 34:12, which was okay. I felt a bit tired, it wasn't the best, bit of a grind, but got the win, so that's all you can do. And me and the extremely young runner are off to do about an hour's warm down just to get some mileage done. Let's do it, mate.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the debrief. Facts are I ran 34:12 and I won it overall, so I've got to be happy with that. Won a nice pair of socks, which is good. These are rhino socks. My daughter loves rhinos, so that's good for her. I've got to admit, I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping that I'd go a bit faster than that. I had a group for about sort of 3K and then they dropped off. So I did 7K on my own, but it was a proper race effort. So I just felt a bit sort of cumbersome, a bit lethargic. My legs were a bit heavy, certainly didn't have any pep. Of course, there's a million excuses that I could use, but just a little bit disappointed. I feel like I could have gone... I feel like I wanted to go a bit faster. I feel like my fitness is there to go a bit faster. But that's okay. That's a marker in the sand to make sure that when I do the 10K race that I really want to hit, which is in Vancouver in 3 weeks' time, I know that I can go faster than I did today. So today was 5:30 a mile, which is this in kilometers. Happy with it. It could have gone better, could have gone way worse. So I think there are 2 things I'm going to do going on from here. There's a 5K race on Wednesday. I'm going to do that and just sort of see if I can hit a decent 5K time. But one thing I might do is I might cover up my watch, or at least not have sort of my pace on my watch, maybe just have the time. Because I was talking to the extremely young looking runner today, and he did a half marathon race without a watch at all. And he said he really enjoys it because it just takes the pressure off and you just run by feel. And I'm not sure I'm brave enough to do that in a half marathon or even the 10K like today, but certainly in a 5K, it might be nice to just run by feel and just push it as fast as I can without worrying about the time. Even today in the 10K, I found that I felt really relaxed in the first kilometer, and then I looked down at my watch and I was running at 5:20 a mile pace, and I thought, oh, that's a bit fast, I better back off. Whereas if I hadn't had that data on my watch, I would never have slowed down. So maybe that would have been a good thing, maybe that would have been a bad thing, but I'm determined to give the 5K a go at racing by feel and see how it goes. So overall, a little bit disappointed with today, but that's not a problem. We'll bank it and we'll move on. So I'll see you on Wednesday for a 5K race. See you then.